Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I feel privileged and honored to be addressing you today on behalf of the Humphrey Fellows Cohort 2014-2015. It is with a mixture of feelings that we are all approaching the end of the program. We are sad as well as happy. Sad because we will soon have to say goodbye. And happy, excited to go back and implement what we have learned throughout the 10 months that we have been here. And of course, also happy to be back with our families and loved ones. 10 months, 10 eventful months. It's hard to capture the journey that each of us undertook during this time, but I will try. It all started on August 12, 2014. After almost 24-hour flight for some, delayed flights for others, missing luggage, hotel rooms no longer available for a few of us, but with so much excitement and anticipation in our hearts that it just did not matter. Well, we were also very tired. Some of us traveled on the same flight, unaware of the fact that these people were going to be with us for the next 10 months in our lives and be close friends. We had to start from scratch as we arrived here, at least with the living and furniture for a few of us. The apartment was bare, but I remember how we would meet in one of the fellows' apartment and sit on the floor, and the bare room was full with our laughter. We felt happy and comforted, partly because of our first experience with the people here, that is the Humphrey Fellowship Program team, Layla, Talat, and Jane, and of course our host families, all of whom made us feel welcome and supported right from the first day we reached. And the bare rooms were little by little filled with the generosity and warmth of you people. Thank you so much, Jane, Leila, Talat, and all our host families. As Humphrey Fellows, we had expectations of what it would be like here in the US. Actually living it, the journey has been quite a different adventure, with surprises both very good and less good. Today we all feel we have come a long way, that we can conquer back the world we left a year ago, better, stronger, with much to do, more to achieve, and that in retrospection, only good has come out of our experience as Humphrey Fellows, both in our professional and personal lives. It couldn't be otherwise. We are 10 Humphrey Fellows from around the world, and it is amazing how we easily connected with one another right from the start. Of course, we were brought together by our common situation, being in a new land, away from our families, away from our comfort zones, and getting together was the most effective way of coping with the culture shock. Food was a favorite topic, an excuse to meet. Yeah, thank God for potlucks. No, seriously, we had anticipated coming across a new culture, but we could not really predict our reactions. And each of us has probably lived it differently and dealt differently with the loneliness that comes with being away from home, from an environment and culture that's more collectivist in our part of the world than individualist, as we found here in the US. And the harsh cold did not help. Yes, change is never easy, and you don't realize it. We expected it. And the expected is what keeps us steady, yes. But it's the unexpected that changes our lives forever. And we know We either adapt to the unexpected or we get left behind. Adapt or die. That's what they say. As many times as we've heard it, the lesson does not get easier. Especially when the ground under your feet has shifted. For us, in our case, it shifted us to the US. It's a big land. We're only human. We want more than just survive. We want love, we want success, we want to be the best we can be, so we fight to get those things. And thus sometimes that change, that unexpected, becomes everything. It gives us a new way of looking at the world, a way of letting go of the past you, and make way for the new you and better you. What's important is that we never stop believing, and amid it all, we also realize, what about our lives that we've been probably taking for granted, and what's worth holding on to? Of course, thank God for you people who helped make the change, the adaptation, and integration to State College community possible and very pleasant. The kindness that we have found also translates into community service. It is impressive what you do for the community here. We are lucky to have known and been associated with Global Connections, Meals on Wheels, Mid-State Literacy Council, Hearts for the Homeless, Centercrest, Center County Youth Services Bureau, the Jared Box Project, State College Park Partners, United Way Day of Caring, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. Personally, what I retained from my experience at Meals on Wheels is the wonderful job that people like Christine and Peter and other volunteers are doing for the community. The sense of purpose I felt by being a part of it, and the warmth I felt when I met and talked with the elderly people. I know for sure that's how the other Humphrey Fellows have felt too with their respective community service. Mark, Claudia, Virginia, and your team at Global Connections, you're doing a great job imparting cultural knowledge and respect and promoting global connections. All of you whom we have come across in State College while volunteering, we were very happy to know you. You are open, compassionate human beings, and that is how we will remember you. Of course, our journey has been tremendously marked by encounters with Penn State counterparts and experts. America is a land of opportunities, and Penn State University is a perfect example. We are thankful to the university. We are thankful to the International Institute of Education to have made us part of this great, prestigious, one of the most prestigious in the US university in the educational field. We have found creative thinkers, motivational speakers, innovative leaders, high achievers, and knowledgeable experts in the person of professors, researchers, dean, and administrators, and mentors, and even graduate students. And at the same time, such humble human beings, appreciative of difference of views, open to the cultural diversity that we represent, eager to know our stories, and we theirs, finding in each other an opportunity to learn, to change, to be better, to do better. The exchange of views, of perspectives, of ideas, beliefs, and ways of doing in our respective countries, however divergent, has been intellectually and culturally rich. The networking and exposure we have gained here is invaluable. And this will definitely be tools, powerful tools, as we go back to our countries, back to our professional lives. So thank you, Penn State University. We are 10 Humphrey Fellows from around the world, all of us with our own personal stories, amazing stories that will stay with me forever. We have learned about our countries in a way we cannot from books or from the media. We have not always painted a bright picture of our countries. We openly speak of our country's challenges and struggles and flaws in our systems. But you know, as I close my eyes, the picture that I see of these countries is of the mystical, mountainous beauty of Balochistan, the happy faces in an unlit Sudanese evening gathering, the lulling sound of waves in Croatia, the open hearts and homes in Pakistan, the comforting warmth in Iraq, the smiles in Bhutan, the simplicity and beautiful hearts in Nepal, fun-loving Indonesia, the bold, strong women in Myanmar, because this is what the fellows remind me of, and this is how we truly know a country, through its people, their stories, their successes, their struggles. And we grew as professionals, as individuals from knowing one another. Mahatma Gandhi said, "I do not want my house to be walled in on all sides and my windows to be stuffed. I want the cultures of all the lands to be blown about my house as freely as possible. But I refuse to be blown off my feet by any." Unquote. I think this encapsulates what is also part of our mission here, to bring the cultures of all the lands together, and together learn and impart acceptance and tolerance. Hubert H. Humphrey, through his life, has shown that the real test is not to march alone, but to march in such a way that others will wish to join us. Today we are here because of the legacy left by this great man. Hubert Humphrey was nicknamed Happy Warrior because of his pleasant nature and his willingness and determination to fight for things he believed in. And America, a world which is able to preserve and nurture all the basic rights of freedom, of justice, yet able to reach across the divisions that too often separate race from race, country from country, young from old, worker from scholar, rich from poor. As Humphrey Fellows, we embrace this vision and set out in this world with new goals and new energy. You and I, we are different. But together we make this world a beautiful and diverse world place it is. We are all connected, and we are all the same. This was the vision of Hubert Humphrey when he thought of this program. And by living the reality of it, we truly understand now what he meant, what all this means. We are the young leaders. Hubert Humphrey had faith that future generations will find a way to unite, produce, and fight to destroy the forces of ignorance and intolerance and slavery and war. We, as Humphrey Fellows, we hope to live up to that faith as Humphrey alumni. We promise we will try and make a difference. The journey does not end here. The journey continues. Thank you.